Yo, what's up YouTube and the comic book community? Welcome to my new comic book day pickups and reviews. Today we're going to be going over DC, we're going to be going over Marvel, so stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome back. Edwin the Comic Jabroni coming at you. Yesterday was new comic book day. Today, I'm going to go over my reviews and my pickups for what I got for DC and what I got for Marvel. Guys, if you're your first time watching one of my videos, think about hitting that subscribe button, especially if you're a comic book lover like myself, if you're into retro video games, if you're into Ninja Turtle action figures, hit that subscribe button. Ton of videos coming your way, but let's get into the Marvel books. Alright guys, starting off, Marvel. First book we've got Savage Avengers. This is issue number 5, written by Jerry Dugan. The interior artwork is done by Mike Deodato. I got I guess this is the C cover, the B cover, I'm not exactly sure. It's the Immortal variant. It's got Dr. Voodoo on the cover, and it's one of those wraparound covers. Out of all the wraparound covers, I had to say that this one was my favorite. I did pick up another one, which we're going to talk about here in a second. But Savage Avengers, super cool story and concept of putting all these different characters that really have nothing to do with each other on a team. They're out to kill this Gulan Kath, I believe his name is, and it's just a magician who's in charge of a cult trying to bring back this demigod. This is the end of the first story arc. Everybody goes their separate ways by the end, but there is more to come. Savage Avengers does not end with this issue, but it is an amazing read, guys. If you're into just action, adventure, bunch of killing, you got Wolverine in there, sticking his claws in this big god's chrome dome. I mean, it's truly a great read, and I can't wait to read more of Savage Avengers. Conan is here in the 616 universe to stay, and I can tell you that the next story is going to have more to do with Conan and Punisher teaming up, guys, so I can't wait to read more of that. Alright, next up, Conan the Barbarian, issue number 9. This is written by Jason Aaron, and the interior artwork is done by Mahmoud Asrar. This is the A cover right here, done by Esad Ribic, who I've absolutely enjoyed all of his Conan the Barbarian cover art. So, what I really enjoy about these Conan stories is they're really just one-shots, just one-issue stories of Conan going out there and being a barbarian, a dude that can fight, that can kill, that is just down for whatever type of action and adventure that he can get into. But it is all wrapped around a story that happened in issue number 1 when he fought the Red Witch and killed her. As far as he remembers, he killed her. And if you remember from that issue, he killed this Red Witch, but there were these 2 little kids. And these 2 little kids that keep continuing to show up, and they're trying to bring back this god from below. It's like a devil type of god. And you see more of that god in this issue. Guys, if you're, like I said with Savage Avengers, if you're into an action adventure type of story, Conan is really going to be it for you. The interior artwork is done so well. The dialogue is really fun with Conan and the rest of the cast that he meets in here. You never truly see the same cast members over and over again. It's always a one-shot story with new people that he's meeting and a different adventure that he's on. I'm digging Conan the Barbarian. This is issue number 9. Alright, the other wraparound cover that I got, guys, it's going to be Immortal Hulk, issue number 23. I know on Tuesday I talked about not getting this cover because I wasn't really sure if I liked it. But when I went to to my LCS, they had it in my pull box. And I looked at it and I said, you know what? I like the front part of it. So as long as I have the bag and board on it, you can't really see the back. But this is the Red Harpy, Immortal Red Harpy on it. This is written by Al Ewing. Interior artwork's done by Joe Bennett. This is just a continuation of the whole shadow-based story that we got in the last issue. Hulk and Puck and a bunch of the other characters, mortal characters that we got, have infiltrated this base, the Shadow Base, and they are trying to get to General 14 or 14. I think it's 14, and he has taken over the body of the Abomination. They're all trying to get to him. And who else do you have in here? You got Crusher Creel, I think his name is, like the Absorbing Man. You got Titania. A lot of action in this. It's a cool story. I can't wait to see what happens in the next issue, because we really are finally going to see that fight between the Hulk and the Abomination, General 14. At the very end of this, you see this really gruesome and grotesque picture of the Hulk, because he had some like acid spit, thrown onto him. Pretty incredible stuff, man. Immortal Hulk has been good since issue number 1, continuously. So I'm hoping you're picking this up. Let me know, were you able to get this wraparound cover? Because honestly, my LCS only had this one in my pull box. When I went to the wall, all they had were cover A's. There were no more of these wraparound covers. All right, guys, last book from Marvel. This is House of X, issue number 4, written by Jonathan Hickman, artwork done by Pepe Larraz. Guys, this was my read of the week, right? And I picked up like 16 books yesterday. This is my read of the week from Marvel. X-Men has been amazing. This whole House of X, Powers of 10 combination story is getting it. I don't want to give away too much of this, man. All you got to know is that there's a team of X-Men out in space trying to stop this mutant-hating human cult from building this mother mold. And they're in space trying to stop this from happening, and that's pretty much all I can give you, right? No spoilers, guys. Just know that when I was done reading this, I sent a message over to my buddy John from John's Comics with Kids, and I said, dude, what the hell did I just read? I had goosebumps. My head exploded. What the hell? This is amazing. This is just the A cover, guys. There is an absolutely beautiful connecting cover, which I'm going to put right here. I'm not exactly sure. You'll see it. But, guys, House of X, I hope you're able to pick up a copy. There were a ton of them out there on the shelves. But as far as the A cover and that connecting cover, there weren't many. Everything else was there except for those two, guys. House of X, were you able to read it? All right, let's get into DC. So, first up from DC, there is a wall book that I picked up. And it didn't even make it to the wall because the owner of my local comic shop absolutely knows I'm a huge Batman fan. So whenever he sees something that might interest me in Batman, he puts it in my pull box. So, this is going to be Batman issue 492. This is part 1 of the Nightfall story. You might be looking at this and saying, Edwin, that's not special. What the hell is that? Why would you pick that up? Yes, I already have 1 or 2 copies of 492, but this one is the Platinum Edition. Back in the 90s, DC was doing, they did maybe like 8 or 9 books in a Platinum, right? There's something, it was a really high variant. I don't exactly know the whole backstory on it. I've tried to look it up, but I can't find it. But some of the other Platinums that you'll see is Adventures of Superman number 500, Superman 75, right? It's a Platinum, you'll know it. It's a black poly bag with the Superman symbol bleeding, but it's a silver one, right? It's not the red and black. It's black poly bag with the silver. That's a Platinum. Sandman issue number 50, that's a Platinum. So there's a few of them out there. Tough to come by, really hard. This is actually the first one that I've ever seen out in the wild, and it was put in my pull box. What I can say about this copy right here, I opened it up yesterday, and it is in immaculate shape, guys. If I ever did send this to get graded, this is definitely coming back 9.6 to a 9.8. A lot of the ones that I've seen on eBay are maybe like a very fine, right? Anywhere like from a 7 up to maybe an 8, 8.5. But anything above a 9.4, 9.6, very hard to come by. I'm so happy that I got that. But let's get into the new books. So I say new books, and the first one I'm going to show you is a reprint of an older book, and that's going to be Batman 181. This is the facsimile edition, a true reprint of the original first appearance of Poison Ivy. The only difference, like I've talked about with other facsimiles, is going to be the barcode and the $3.99 price sticker, right? Because the old one said, I think it was a 12 center. I'm actually pretty sure it was just a 12 center. But everything about this book is exactly the same as it was before. And I've talked about it on episodes before that they even got and what I absolutely love is the centerfold on this, guys. A lot of the original Batman 181s are missing that centerfold, but they even got the paper feel to be the exact same as if you were reading a Silver Age comic. Man, do I love, look at that. Even the advertisements inside are the exact same, guys. I hope you were able to pick up a copy, because let me tell you the truth, man. Batman 181 has become one of those books that has blown up. People are looking for it. This is one that everybody wants because it is the true first appearance of Poison Ivy. She's on the cover. She's throughout the book. It's not one of these cameo first fulls. This has it all, this book right here. I hope you were able to get at least a facsimile. I'm on the lookout for a regular, for an original. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. We got Doomsday Clock issue number 11. This has been a good series, but the biggest issue, right, is that it just takes so darn long for it to come out. I can't remember, guys. So, written by Jeff Johns, artwork done by Gary Frank. Absolutely enjoyed this B cover, right? Got Black Adam on there with Giganta, I think her name is, and the Creeper. So this is just a continuation of the whole Doomsday Clock. But what's important about this issue is we find out how Ozymandias, something like that, how he was able to get into the DC universe. How in Lex Luthor actually kind of knows about Dr. Manhattan. He's been searching for Dr. Manhattan. There's a lot of the pieces that finally get put together in this issue, but it's going to be the next issue, the last issue where everything comes together, how we find out what Dr. Manhattan did with the whole Rebirth, because he is in charge of what happened there with Rebirth. And we know that the next issue is coming out November of this year, because you see it down here in the bottom. It says November 2019. You know, it sucks that this has taken 2 years for it to finally all wrap up and come out. But when it finally does finish, I can't wait to read issues 1 through 12 all together to finally get the full story. Because I'll tell you the truth, when I read these Doomsday Clock issues, I've damn forgotten what happened in the previous issue. In this one, they talk about the Justice League going to Mars, and it took me a few minutes to finally remember they went to Mars to go get Dr. Manhattan. Like, I remember that now, but that felt like it's been 7 months since that happened. So, guys, Doomsday Clock, it's good. It just takes too damn long to come out. But, like a sucker, I'm going to pick up issue number 12. All right, next up, we got Legion of Superheroes Millennium. This is part 1 of 2, written by Brian Michael Bendis, and the interior artwork is done by quite a few different artists, but the first one being Jim Lee. This follows a female character by the name of Rose, and she has actually been in comic books before. She's kind of a female version of the Hulk, kind of, right? Because she has a regular, a regular human body. She goes by Rose, but inside she has this psychotic villain living inside of her that comes out, and the name of it is Thorn. And this character has fought different superheroes in the past. What this is somehow she keeps getting transported through time, or she's living through time and she never ages. So she's, at the very beginning, she's talking to Supergirl, and then you fast forward a little bit and she's talking to Batman Beyond, because we know Batman Beyond is in the future a little bit. And then after that, she keeps going and she's in the time of Kamandi, right? The last boy on Earth. And it just fast forwards and fast forwards. I know that this issue, Brian Michael Bendis was actually talking about it on Twitter, that Legion of Superheroes Millennium and Doomsday Clock are kind of going to mix together. We're going to find out a little bit more about the whole Rebirth through this and Doomsday Clock. What can I say? It's a pretty good issue. I can't wait to read issue number 2 just to see what's going on, because we're supposed to find out everything through a thousand years into the future of DC. I thought this was a first appearance of a new character, but it isn't. It's just Rose and Thorn. It is a older villain that's been around since I want to say the late Golden Age, even the early Silver Age, guys. So there you go, Legion of Superheroes. Next up from DC, we got DCeased, A Good Day to Die, issue number 1. I grabbed the horror homage cover. This is an homage to the movie The Conjuring. I really enjoy this cover. I like this cover. Shows Wayne Manor with Batman's cowl sitting there on the tree. The Deceasing, based on the true case files of the Waynes. This is a one-shot issue, but it is going to deal a lot with what's going on in DCeased. But instead of getting the huge superheroes that we know of in the Justice League, this one follows more of the B characters. You got Mr. Miracle in there, you got Big Barda, you got Mr. Terrific. They have racked their brains on trying to figure out what's going on with this virus that has been killing everybody. So science isn't helping. What do? They go to England to meet up with John Constantine and see if magic will help. I don't want to give too much away, but it is definitely gruesome. You do see more deaths of superheroes in here. I will let you know Mr. Terrific bites the dust, and the way he bites the dust is pretty graphic, guys. It is pretty graphic. I've enjoyed DCeased. A lot of people want to say that it's just a ripoff of Marvel Zombies and zombies and zombies and zombies, but you know what? It's a cool new take on zombies. All right, I like that. Has to do with the anti-life equation. Who else do you have in here? You got Blue Beetle, and you've got Booster Gold in here, which is, he's one of my favorite. I wouldn't say one of my favorite DC heroes, but he's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. Ain't he a funny guy? Anyways, guys, DCeased, Good Day to Die. I hope you were able to actually pick up this horror homage. My LCS, they didn't have any more on the shelf. I got lucky and had one in my pull box. Last book from DC. This is Justice League, issue number 31, Chaos Across Hypertime. Written by Scott Snyder and James Tynion IV. I know issue 30 just came out last week. This week they're pushing out issue 31, and I'm super excited about that. I'm happy that they did that. This is what a comic should be, man. You have beautiful artwork. You have different heroes pushed across like time. You have some in the past during the time of World War II. You've got some in the future in the time of Kamandi, the last boy on Earth. And then you have the ones in the present. They all have their different missions they're on. In this book, you see the Flash, Barry Allen. You see Green Lantern, John Stewart, meeting the Justice Society of America back in the 40s. And they don't know who the hell they are, right? It's like they've never met them, or they don't know. Well, those are the Golden Age heroes. So they're in like a different universe. But what they're all trying to do is they're trying to collect these crystal shards to stop Perpetua, who is this new big bad in the DC universe, stop her from really becoming as powerful as she can be, right? Because Lex Luthor has become this apex predator. They are actually trying to go and get the Anti-Monitor to join the Legion of Doom. But at the same time, you got the Justice League flying out there so that the Anti-Monitor, can join their team to stop Perpetua, guys. Justice League, I hope that you've been reading it. Look at that. You're the villain. Evil Unleashed. Guys, I hope you've been picking Justice League up. I have been talking about Justice League since issue number 1. Truly enjoy this read. I think it's so incredible, guys. What Scott Snyder and James Tynion IV have been doing with this is great, man. Justice League is one of my favorite reads from DC. What do you guys think if you picked it up? Guys, so that's it from Marvel, from DC. Picked up those books. Let me know, what did you think? What did I miss out on? I know there were some other books out there that I could have grabbed, but I stuck with my main books that I'm always picking up, and I grabbed a couple different ones as well. Tomorrow's video will be on the independent books. I picked up maybe 6 indies. But as always, guys, thanks for watching my videos. Thank you for everybody that subscribes. I truly appreciate it, guys. And I guess until tomorrow, I'm Edwin the Comic Jabroni. Take it easy. Peace.